Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel here. Hey, we are in Long Beach, Washington, and by we, I mean my wife Sarah and I. And we're taking a little holiday right now. And let's just do a little walk around here and get a look at the ocean so you can kind of see where we're at. Thank you for that, Sarah. Sarah's doing the cameraman duties. So I've got the DJI Mini 2, and so we're going to take it up in the air. Yeah, we're going to go out over the ocean. No, we're not going to go for a swim. We're going to bring this baby back. I said baby back. We've got 12-mile-an-hour gusts. It says, UAV forecast says 7-mile-an-hour winds, 12-mile-an-hour gusts. So that's well within what this guy can handle. So we're just going to take it up and kind of just give you the lay of the land. I'm going to do a series of videos here in Long Beach. We're going to be here all week. I'll tell you more about Long Beach, Washington as we go along, but just to give you a little idea, Long Beach, Washington is a little peninsula on the Pacific coast, of course, just north of the mouth of the Columbia River. And, you know, it was established a long time ago. And like I said, we'll get into more of that history in later videos. But I'm just going to, today, I just want to go for a flight here, go up over the beach. There's quite a few people here, a lot of people flying kites. So obviously we want to avoid kite strings and those kind of issues. Cool thing about this guy is we can take it up high enough where that won't be a problem. And we'll spend most of our time out over the ocean where we're clear of everything. But
here comes the horses.
Yeah, so Sarah's just telling me we got some horses coming in. And so I think we should just quit messing around. Let's get this little bird in the air. Okie dokie, so I've got the drone out pointed towards the ocean. I'm gonna get Sarah to come towards me a little bit here. And in fact, Sarah, you can probably point the camera towards the drone. Start recording. We're in 4K 30 frames per second. And we're going to go ahead and take off here. Take off on the app. Sarah, if you'll come around here on this side. Okay, take off on the app. So there we go. It found its home point here. We're going to drop the gimbal. Bring it around here. Okay, so I'm going to drop the camera down here and we're going to do our usual manual droney, and we're going to be going out over the water. So reverse and up now. There we go. Picking it up. And there you're looking at Long Beach, Washington, and we're well out over the breakers, as you can see. Pretty cool, huh? Let's just move sideways down the beach here and just kind of take a look at things. And I'm going to do a kind of a yaw around so you guys will be able to see a little of this. So what you're seeing off in the distance there is that is the Worldmark Long Beach timeshare that we're staying at. So we've got an oceanfront timeshare. It's just beautiful. But you can see all these folks here flying their kites. And you can see when they say Long Beach, they aren't kidding. Because it is definitely a long beach. And you can actually, they allow actually vehicles on this beach. And what you're seeing there, kind of next to our condo, is what they call the approach. And there's several approaches where you can drive. This one happens to be closed, but I've seen vehicles out on the beach, so a lot of people out here. Okay, Sarah is pointing out some vehicles on the beach to me there. So I'll yaw around here so that you can see him. There, you can see him there, and that's one of those approaches we were talking about. Let's grab some altitude. And there's a young man trying to get his kite in the air right above me, so we're going to have to pay attention to that when we, as we come back. But I think we're up at max legal here, so let's drop down just a little. We overshot it just a tad. I just want to stay well above these kites here. So we're going to go sideways the other day. There's a couple of young men right in front of me here putting their kite in the air. And you know, it is fairly breezy as you would expect, but no wind warnings or anything. So the drone is doing just what it should do. Getting a little sun out here today. Sun's starting to poke its head out. Overcast, kind of a breezy day. Okay, let's kind of look out at the ocean and see if we can see any boats out there. Yeah, Sarah's pointing out a fishing boat out there. So unlike my friend Ron Brown, who gets some really cool sunrise photos at the Jersey Shore, obviously on the Pacific, I hope we'll get some good sunsets. But let's look out towards the ocean and see if we can see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it on my little FPV screen here, but see if we can see that ship out there. I'm going to pick the gimbal up just a tad so we get to that rule of thirds. And I can see it with my naked eye, but I'm not sure I can see it on FPV here. So we'll go out there a ways. We're not going to get too carried away. So this is, you guys will have seen it on, when you look at the SD card. I'm just struggling to see it on the FPV screen. I can see it out there with my naked eye. We're out there about 500 meters, 66% battery. We're gonna, discretion is the better part of valor. Let's bring this baby around and get back closer to shore. There we are. So I'm up pretty darn high, like I said, because I want to make sure that I'm clearing all of the, there's just a ton of people out here flying kites, so I just want to make sure I clear them all. Yeah, Sarah's telling me there's a guy out there that's showing some pretty cool skills with his kite. Where did those horses go, Sarah? Oh yeah, they're down the beach here, it looks like.
You could go down there.
I should have thought of catching up to those guys earlier.
Yeah, go down there and they're not far.
Sarah's telling me they're not far, but we're going to head that direction and get a look at them. We're still at 60% battery. We're going to stay out over the ocean so we're not over the top of them. Speed dropping the gimbal down just a little. We're going against the wind now, so on our way back, we'll be with the wind. So what it is that Sarah and I, just down the street from our condo, our timeshare, there's an outfit that advertises horse rides and horse tours. So, I mean, that's kind of cool, right? If you've never ridden a horse before. My wife is, she's a real horseman. She grew up in Pendleton, Oregon, so we're going to do kind of a circle around these guys here. Looks like they're stopping for a little rest. We're staying well away from them, well out to sea. I'm gonna challenge my friend Ron Brown. I don't see anybody riding horses on the Jersey Shore. Okay, let's pick that camera back up and let's head back to us here. And we're certainly high enough. We're way above any kites that I can see. So,
That's really good back there.
yeah, we've got a guy behind us that's really making his kite dance. Wonder if he's got an FAA license for that. That's a joke, of course. I kid. Okay, let's go back out over the ocean so that when we're coming home, we're not over the top of anybody. No surfers here. In fact, they advertise that there's no lifeguards and riptides, etc., and swim at your own risk. So, makes a lot of sense to me. Pick that gimbal back up a little. So you can see we've got, you know, kind of partially overcast skies. You know, even with the breeze, and you can tell, you can look at the waves and so forth and see we're in pretty breezy conditions, but the little DJI Mini is handling it just without an issue at all. It's not even breaking a sweat. And there we are. Drop that gimbal down so you can see where we're at. That's Sarah and I right there. And the gentleman flying the kite, let's see if we can get an overhead shot of his kite. There you can see it a little bit. I can't really see it on the FPV screen, but I can see where he's at, so I'm sure you've got it there. Let's, like I said, I'm being careful that we don't go over the top of any people. But I think we can kind of go inward here, and you can see in between the beach itself there's vegetation, and I don't know if you can see that. We're going to explore this a lot more, but you can see that there's a path there, and it goes along the whole length of the beach, and it's a kind of a bicycle pedestrian path. And then you can see part of it there. Yeah, you can see kind of a wooden walkway. I guess you'd call that a boardwalk. It's not the boardwalk in the sense that you see on the East Coast, but you can walk along that, and we'll explore that further as we go along here in different videos. But we're down to 38% battery, so we'll let's just go back out over the ocean, and then we'll bring it back in for a landing. Let's throw it in sport mode, pick up that gimbal a little bit, and oh yeah, it wouldn't let me pick up the gimbal in sport mode. So here it comes. That's as far as I can pick up the gimbal in sport mode. Ah, no, there it's letting me pick it up a little bit. Moving right along. Okay. Back into normal mode here, and let's just bring it on in. There's all the horses. More, no, that's new horses. That's a whole nother crew of horses. Let's. We're not going to get close to them, but we can get in and take a closer look for sure. So a lot of wannabe cowboys there. That's as close as we're going to get to those guys. Let's bring the drone home to us. And we're back in normal mode here. And line of sight there. There's Sarah and I right there. Bring it in. See if Sarah's going to get the landing here. So we're going to do kind of a manual landing. See if I can, I'm going to drop that gimbal down, put it in cine mode so I can get real slow. I've told you guys before, I have a hard time with depth perception. So, so the easiest way for me to do this is by just pointing the camera down. So as you can see, well, I didn't start a screen recording so you can't see, but I'm right above the pad as you can see on the video. So full stick down right now. And it should pick up the camera here as it lands. Well, it moved off a little bit, but it didn't blow too much sand. It was pretty hard sand, so it didn't hurt anything. Okay, I'm going to shut everything down and then we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, so that kind of gave you just a little bit of introduction to what we're doing on vacation out here in Long Beach, Washington. Gave you a look at the ocean, got to see a few kites, got to see a few horses, and just kind of a general layout. We're going to do a lot more flights with some different drones while we're here to try out some different things and give you a kind of a look at some different parts of this area. I'm trying to think, yeah, I've flown out over the ocean before, but it's been quite a while. So this was kind of fun. The little DJI Mini 2, just a phenomenal little piece of tech. I mean, it was just flawless. You know, we've got a pretty good wind here and we flew out over the ocean. I didn't feel at all have any issues with that whatsoever because the drone handled perfectly, no wind warnings at all. So a pretty robust little piece of technology that DJI put together for us here. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you taking a look at this video. And yeah, of course, we'll see you on the next one. And who knows, there may be a little bit of bonus content on this video. All right, see ya. Hey, okay, so we're gonna show a little bit of bonus content. Just a little quick walk on the beach here. So honey, how long has it been since we've set foot in the ocean? Couple years. Last time was at Oceanside in California, down by San Diego. Yippee-ki-yay! So you can see, you know, a lot of families out here enjoying the beach, and number of cars out there. People driving out on the beach. I guess a good way to get stuck in the sand. But look at all the kites, tons of kites. And again, there's the Worldmark Long Beach timeshare that we stay at. Look at here's, I guess they don't go very far with those horses because there's that first batch heading back in, but I guess enough to give you a little bit of a ride. What do you got there, Sarah?
I got almost a whole crab.
Oh my God, you gonna eat him?
No, he's already been eaten.
Oh, somebody ate him already.
They're all broken.
Well, because the critters eat them. The birds, the octopi. Yeah,
This one is really
he's dead. He's a dead crab. Oh my gosh, and he almost got hit by the water.
oh, his leg is falling off.
Oh my goodness. Look at all the dead crabs.
This one is like
I think you got a thing for dead crabs, honey.
well, it's purple. It's a purple.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a female or a male.
That is,
A male. It's got
yeah,
triangles.
yeah, and the females are round, so I don't know. That looks like a male. I can't tell for certain. I'm no expert. Hey, okay, so that's about it for the bonus content. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.